Hello, Jesse Good here, and today I'm reviewing the LEGO The Batman Movie Clayface Splat Attack set. It has 2 minifigures, 448 pieces, and retails for $40 in the United States. Now let's take a look at those minifigures. Here is Mayor McCaskill, who is exclusive to the set. And you know, I'm a sucker for new hair molds, and she has an awesome new hair mold. I mean, this is really detailed, lots of nice lining work on there. Very good sculpt, and you got some nice back torso printing. Her torso printing in general is very cartoony, but if you look at her back facial expression, you can see she kind of has a very excited face right there. Her accessory is just a little walkie-talkie, but the minifigure herself, the torso print, the facial print, and the hair is very, very well done. Here is Batman, and this is a version that I think came in the poly bags in the $20 sets. With only one battering this time, which is kind of interesting. That's different from those. And you can see he has a back torso print, of course, which has some detailing there. The utility belt, which attaches at the waist, new piece, new cloth cape, and alternate expression right there, which you can see removing that has that little band on top. So here is Clayface, and here's Batman to compare the size. And I have to say, I actually like the size of this Clayface, because even though it's smaller than I thought, I think if it was bigger, not only would the price raise unnecessarily, and the textures that they have going on here would be harder to cover up and everything. And I love the textures, because what they do here is they use a lot of 2x2 circular plates and studs to kind of give it this clay type texture. That works so well, and it gives it a very unique type design, and it really looks like it's just this monster made out of clay. So there's a lot of expressiveness going on with this face. First off, this build right here is very, very clever. I like how this came out. They used some hinge pieces, and they used some studs to kind of represent the teeth. And you could move the hinges up to give him a little bit of different mouth expressions, but the main expressiveness actually comes with the eyes, because since these are printed eyes, you could just kind of swap them, which they tell you to do at the end of the instructions. So this is kind of like an official play feature. And there you go. Now he has a worried face. Poor Clayface. He looks really sad. I love that. That reminds me of like the Build-A-Bob from 2006 for the LEGO SpongeBob line. Now there is some kind of, I guess, articulation on this head, because it is on a modified plate with a ball joint at the end. And so you could tilt it up as you'd like, and you could kind of tilt it around. It gets a little bit cut off right here, but that still gives some character to this whole Clayface monster, and I really like how that came out. And for each arm, they have these little pivot ball joints right here at kind of the base part. So you could rotate those as you'd like, and you could just see the nice texture they do. And each arm is actually built identically, so there's no really difference on each. And then the ends have these little stud shooting arms. And these, you know how they work. You just kind of twist this, and it shoots all those studs. And all those are medium nougat, which is nice to get. And you can see the nice textures on there, and they use this kind of craggly piece, which I always like to get, and that's actually new in that medium nougat color. And you can rotate those all around as you'd like. But this part's actually, when you have a lot of rotation, it kind of falls off, which I don't like. That's just a minor flaw. But other than that, this central part is actually kind of meant to be replaced, this part right here. And all you have to do is take that off. And here's the build I didn't show you guys, and it is this little hammer build. And that just kind of attaches at that ball joint. And now you have a hammer to kind of play around with. So here's how Clayface looks with that attached. And you could also attach it to this side as well. There's no differences there. The thing I don't like about the hammer is you have to actually twist this part, which again breaks so easily, and kind of move it this way if you want to get some more posability. But that's not too much of a big deal. And the hammer itself has one side with studs and one side without, so you can kind of play around with that and smash Batman and his Batmobile or whatever, which is kind of weird that there's no like Bat vehicle included in this set. And on the bottom section right here, you can see there's another one of those craggly pieces in medium nougat. So you do get a lot of those in this set, which I do appreciate since it is a new color for that piece. And their legs are pretty stubby, but it does support the whole Clayface, and you can see there's even more of that piece. And if you travel to the back, you can see there's more kind of design right here. And this one looks a little bit more muddy than the front. And I like that. I like that variation there because they use some more kind of brown uncovered. And the legs themselves are actually on these little ball joints. But don't expect to get too many different kind of poses besides this main pose right here, because it is very hard to make him stand up using other poses like that. So that's kind of, I mean, that's expected. That's not even like a flaw or anything. And that is it for the Clayface build. And you can just kind of put that little extra arm to the side. And now let's go on to a separate build of the set, which is very small. So the only other build of this set is this kind of clay mound that Mayor McCaskill is stuck inside. And that's pretty cool in its textures. I actually like how that came out. And it's just a nice little side build. I mean, I didn't really expect them to include too much else in this set unless they threw in like a bat vehicle or anything like that. So that is it for the builds. And now let's go on to the box and the final verdict. Here's the box for this, which actually looks really cool. Looks like that's like a skating rink or something on the background. And the instructions don't have too much interesting in the back. It is actually a really long build, I have to say, for a $40 set. And you can see there's kind of those play features and everything. And that's it. And now let's go on to the final verdict. So it's funny how my opinion has changed on Clayface Splat Attack since when we first saw it. I like the look of this so much. I think it looks awesome. When I first saw it, I was like, ew, it looks like crap, literally. But now, since I have it all built, I really appreciate how they use these 2x2 kind of circular plates to illustrate this organic clay type look. It's a very rough look. It's something I haven't seen from LEGO before. And I'm amazed they pulled this off pretty good with the ball joints and studs, because I feel like when they attach ball joint type pieces to studs, a lot of them pop off. And the only parts that really pop off are these two parts right here, which I wish those were a little bit more, I guess, secure. But even then, it's not like a major problem. It only happens about half the time when I move these parts around, and it has to be when I move them in very peculiar angles. Also, I love the expressiveness of this guy. Swapping the two eyes make him look sad. You could move around the head as you would like, because it even has articulation in itself. You could also move the mouth just a little bit. That is really cool, and it gives it so much more character. To me, this is almost like an action figure, because you could swap out the arm, and they even give you an extra build for the arm, which at first I was like, why did they do that? But now I know, because it looks better, I think, in neutral form when you have that arm attached. And to me, it's really cool how they captured this as kind of like an action figure type build. The flaws with this set, well, the minifigures, yeah, it would have been cool to get a third minifigure, but you gotta keep in mind Clayface is a third character, and unlike the Penguin Limo, Mayor McCaskill is exclusive, and like I said, there's 3 characters. And I think the price is excellent as well, speaking of the minifigures, because it is $40 for 400 and I think 50-ish pieces, which is a really good deal in my opinion, and you get a lot of playability out of this. So yeah, not too much flaws. There's just a little bit of flaws with these parts right here, and with the fact that we're kind of missing a minifigure, so it feels like the value isn't just there. But I think the size of Clayface is perfect, and so overall I have to give this set a B+. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.